Johnny here. Muscle Brown is on the live. We're almost at fight night. We got some fights to go over. You guys have been asking all week for Muscle Brown to come on, and asking thou shalt receive. We're going to go over some money line props, some over and under, some knockdown props, and pick the big guy's brain on some of the bets. So as you guys start filing in, check in with us, and then, let the questions flow. What's up, Muscles?
Weekend, Jay. You already know, bro. It's time. It's a lot of money on the table.
I still have, I'm trying to get the bad taste out of my mouth from the last New York City card. Yeah, so live is vertical. Yeah, so Goat, we're doing live streams on my channel using the YouTube app. So the YouTube app from my mobile device forces it to go vertical. But yeah, that's why we're vertical. If I was using my laptop, it would be horizontal. Horizontal. What's up, Meme? What's up, DJ? What's up, Goat? Yeah, so that's why we're vertical. Sorry about so
Batters.
Muscles, the first question actually. Of all the fights, including the Pro Box card, including the ladies, including the big one, what fights are you staying away from?
Berlanga. I'm staying away from Puello and Matias. Yep.
Go on.
And I hold on. I'm gonna circle back on Puello and Matias. There's one bet I might take on that, and I'll get to that one a little bit later. But I'm staying away from Puello Matias money line. I'm staying away from Edgar and Berlanga money line. But I do like both of those for the Berlanga and Puello fight not to go to distance. I think there's just too much animosity between them both. I think Edgar's gonna just jump off from the gate, and I think someone's gonna get stopped. So those are the two main fights I'm gonna stay away from on the money line as far as picking a winner. And then on the Pro Box card, there's one fight I'm gonna stay away from, and I can't pronounce his name. Is that Chinese? The one I texted you earlier about, Chinese kid. Yes, him. After I did some research, I was gonna take him. I think he's at -1,000. I was gonna take him, but then I realized that his opponent actually had a draw against Supernova, and he's actually pretty rugged. He's pretty good. So I'm gonna stay away from that one. And then as far as the females, the one fight I'm gonna stay away from for the females is Katie and Serrano money line. But I do have some bets I'm gonna take on that, but I'm not taking a winner on that one. So those are the main ones I'm gonna stay away from as far as picking a winner.
Taking any action on the Pro Box card?
I was gonna take Vladimir Hernandez, because he's just rugged, man. He's always getting upsets against these against fighters. But the thing with that, man, I think that the book at -115 is a dead even fight. That fight can go either way, man. But if I had to pick somebody, I'll pick Vladimir. But I'm not confident in it. So
Action on the Pro Box, even with the ladies. I do my monthly long parlay. So I do, and I broke the Serrano versus Katie Taylor fight down, and I'm taking Serrano on that long parlay. But regarding method of victories with the ladies, there's a few that I know I like, and I'll get into those after. What some method of victory prop bets on the ladies card, Muscles? What do you like there?
Amanda?
Or just on the itself with the ladies, maybe go. There's the Ramla Ali fight. There's a Shernika Johnson versus Metcalf fight. Chantel Cameron, Ellie Scottney, Savannah Marshall, Alicia's fighting, and Katie Taylor versus Serrano. Do you have any action on some method of victories or prop bets for the ladies?
If you want, I can jump right into that. All right, got you, bro. So for Friday, I got a full legger going. So I got Ellie Scottney money line. I got Chantel Cameron money line. Um, Alicia Baumgardner money line, and then I got the under 1.5 knockdown on Taylor and Serrano. And then I got oh, I'm sorry, my bad, bro, my bad. I take that back. I got Chantel money line, Alicia money line, Ellie Scottney money line, and Rama Ali money line. I believe that's paying me that. Yep. And then the under 1.5 knockdown prop on Taylor and Serrano on the same parlay. I'm debating of maybe taking out the under 1.5 and doing that as a separate bet, as a standalone, and just keeping those four on the money line. So I haven't decided that yet, but those are my bets right there for Friday.
So I'm thinking so 10 grand on that gets you close to 6,000 in return. Is that okay?
Take out the under 1.5, 10 grand is gonna pay me about like 4,400, about 4,400. Yeah, so I'm still debating how I'm gonna do those, but those are my picks for Friday for sure.
Right now to repeat, guys, and Muscle's coming at it not from a $10 bet. He's coming at it with some, with some commas after that number. So of the Cameron fight, of the Elisa fight, of the Ellie fight, of the Ramla Ali fight, and of the knockdown under 1.5, which one stresses you out the most? Because I'll tell you mine. I'll tell you mine. I want to
I
hear
th-
yours first.
I think damn, that's tough, man. I think the os. All right, so look, I think Chantel can get a stoppage if she really presses for it, right? But it's probably gonna go to decision. Um, Baumgartner, I think, can get the stoppage. Scott is just gonna outclass and outbox Mercado. Mercado's too slow for her. And then who was my other one? And then come on, Ali and Furtado. That one, I saw the tape on both of them. I'm kind of suspect of her chin. I'm talking about Ali's chin because Mercado dropped her in their first fight.
And a half on Serrano Taylor. I wouldn't bet on Ali. I don't. No way. No way. I'm not.
Happy about that, bro.
If I'm putting 10 grand, I have to. I don't have confidence in her. I mean, I'm not.
Yo, her opponent is horrible.
I'm just saying there has to be something in a fighter, for me at least. Like, then you're just gonna bank on her winning rounds and the judges getting it right and all that sort of thing.
2 minute rounds. It's gonna go like this. Just gotta rack up points. It could be an easy points one. It's going the distance. No one's getting dropped.
Stress over one of them, it'd be that one. But I'm not. I'm not, guys, on the live
Answer your question,
trying to
yeah.
talk you out of anything. In my chat on the adverse that I don't try to talk them into anything. I'm just coming at it from sort of like a devil's advocate approach. If you guys don't understand that analogy, I'll drop some religion on you real quick. In the Catholic Church, whenever they're looking at like making somebody a saint, they have a whole team. The Catholic Church has a whole team to go around investigating this potential saint's life, and the person who finds dirt on this person trying to prove that they're not a saint worthy is called a devil's advocate. So I'm kind of like, if I had to pick it, yeah, the only girls I'm messing with is that prop bet. I like the knockdown prop, and then you could get to some of these right now if you want.
They shout out to David. He's in Gary's lives too. He said he sees Taylor getting stopped. Listen, David, man, there's no way. This is their third time fighting. The first two times there was no stoppage. There wasn't even a knockdown in their first two fights. They're evenly matched, man. This fight's gonna go the distances. I don't think there's gonna be, if there's gonna be any stop. I mean, any knockdown is probably gonna be a flip. That's probably gonna be counted as a knockdown when it really wasn't. That's how evenly matched I think this fight is, man.
I'm comfortable with my money line Serrano bet. What's up, DJ? Thank you for the love and support, DJ. We appreciate it. I'm comfortable with Amanda just because I broke the. I'm talking about from my own logical reasoning side of things. I'm not trying to. I know it's going to be a close fight. I know she's down 2-0. My point was though that if I had to pick which one I'd be more uncomfortable with the ladies, I'd be more uncomfortable if I was going heavy on a knockdown prop versus a money line. That would be my reasoning. Because I mean, like I said on my first live stream, guys, and I know a lot of the chat is reoccurring. The only lady I usually go heavy on a knockdown prop is Gabby Fundora. I win money on Gabby Fundora all the time. So
Yeah. Oh man, and when she faced her last fight,
stoppage, I was eating. So yeah. So before we move on, another question, because having you on, it's also allowed me to become, ask better questions specifically about our bets. So I asked you about what fights you're avoiding on Friday's card because I think I could be guilty sometimes when we see these big names and all these fight cards of betting too much. Sometimes, it's like Pacquiao versus Marquez. Pacquiao gave him one too many rematches before he got stopped. Sometimes we can bet a little bit too much and then we should have held back. So with the Saturday card, are there any fights that you're staying away from now on the Saturday card?
uh, Puello and Matias and Edgar and Shiraz, and I'm playing Shakur and I'm playing Morel.
Let's talk about Morel Katia first before, and guys on the chat, we're gonna be breaking these down for a while. So we're gonna give Muscles the mic real quick before we answer some of your questions. So let's break down Katia and Morel and kind of talk to me about what you like, where the wise money is, and how you're gonna go about your business with your bets.
Yeah, David's right. She was wobbled at least two. Yeah, at least two times in the last fight. Nah, I still don't see her getting dropped though. But yeah, so the way I'm gonna go about it for Saturday is I'm gonna take Shakur money line and David Morrell money line, and I'm just gonna hammer both of them. And when I mean I'm gonna bet big on them too. And then
And Morel, okay.
I'm gonna take Shakur to win, and also have under 1.5 knockdowns at -240. And then I'm gonna parlay that with Morel by stoppage at -160.
Talking about you're gonna go heavy on Shakur and Morel money line. That's only paying like $1.23.
So hear me out. Look at my plan.
Are you adding to that?
No, because look, the night before Friday with the females, right? I'm actually gonna take Rama out, and I'm just gonna keep Scottney, Chantel, Alicia, and then the under 1.5 on Taylor and Serrano. That's gonna be my bet for Friday. Those four, and I'm gonna probably bet about 10,000 on them to make about 4,400. So then now I got my 4,400 for Friday. And then you see how I'm adding it up now. And then come Saturday, when I drop the house on them two money line, I already know what my payout's gonna be. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over 10,000. So now when I do a separate bet on Moreau by stoppage at -160, and then Shakur to win and have under 1.5 knockdowns, I'm at even money. I'm gonna go a little later on that, but I'm still gonna make a couple G's on that one. I'm probably gonna throw about 5 grand on that one, on that parlay. Stoppage within 6 and 8, between 6 and 8 rounds.
Ask me, it looked like Katia thought he was going to get Palacio out of there in the first 3 or 4 rounds. He didn't. Palacio extended him the distance, and Katia was kind of getting hit with a lot of pot shots. He gets real stiff. He drops his guard. He runs out of gas. Do you see? So you see Morel exploiting those holes in Katia and stopping him?
Do I think he's gonna stop him? It's not even just the power. It's just the conditioning and the endurance of Gatev. It's horrible, bro. He gets tired mid rounds. Not forget late. He gets tired in the mid rounds. Once David Morrell smells that and sees that, he's gonna pounce on him and get him out of there. That's why I don't think. I think it's gonna be within 6 or 8 rounds.
I like that. No, I like that bet. Do you want to read some of the any comments in there you want to answer?
My calf. Someone said I just got money to throw around. I got a pretty good bankroll. And it's just from winning the fights, man. You know, just good money management. You know, saving up. Do you think Puyo could get robbed? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I can see if this fight is close and it goes to the cards. There's a potential for a robbery there. There's a potential for a robbery there. Um, that's why I'm staying away from that fight, man. That's why I'm not touching that fight. The only thing I'm gonna touch on that fight, I'm thinking about is the under 1.5 knockdown prop. That's a great bet, Johnny, on that fight. On Puyo Matias. Uh, I throw
I
something
think
on that.
I think I talked about this knockdown prop on a live earlier in the week. So knockdown prop, Puyo Matias, under 2 or under 1.5.
So I wish I could. I only got the under 1.5 or the
Under
over
one and
one
a
and
half.
a
So 10 grand gets you almost 4,000 back. You would go standalone?
I will go standalone.
I mean, have we seen Matias been dropped?
Uh, drop. That's a good question. I don't think so.
Has
Puyo's never
Puyo,
been dropped. Puyo's never been dropped.
in considering his style, Puyo could take a punch. Puyo could punch too, and he's smooth. He's a mover. He's a high operator. I think the whole fight is gonna Matias is gonna try to land and stop Puyo. Puyo is really good everywhere, man. He's really sound on his offense, on his defense. That's a good bet at a dollar 38. I think I'm gonna. I think I like that bet a lot. Also, all right. So what else? You got real excited before I cut you off.
I got a plus money parlay for anyone in the chat for you too, Johnny.
And guys, I'm going to put it up on our members only chat. So if you haven't already subscribed, members only on YouTube, it's a couple bucks a month. This is the value that we talk about. You get a lot of the prop bets, you get expert advice. If you see the stars by a lot of the people, they're already members. But if you're catching it now, let's hear it.
Knockdown props. Under 1.5 on Taylor and Serrano. Under one
Calculate this with you. So the funny thing on my book,
to give you. Yep. So
under 1.5,
yep. Um
that's that's paying. Give me a second. It's 106. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
knockdown. I think that's paying minus 240. Oh, I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. Ready? And then Puyo and Matias under 1.5 knockdown. Plus 103.
1.5, $1.24, and then you said Matias.
I put this lock in the I put this probably in the Discord and everyone was drooling over it. Someone said it was a generational lock. I said it's a good one. It's one of my favorite ones, bro. I'm telling that could be just your only bet, your only play this weekend if you really want. You know, imagine what 10,000 gives on that.
Get us 8,000 back. Is that what you're thinking?
Cute and fancy. You can even add Edgar Berlanga and Shearer's either fighter to get knocked down. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna put guys. I'm gonna post these on our VIP. Johnny Says Boxing Insider section on the page. If you just go to my YouTube, you'll see video, short, playlist. You'll see posts, and then you'll see members. So become a member, a couple bucks a month if you can.
Really. So we didn't hear the last one clear. Yeah, can
You
you hear me now? I'll say it real quick. So the last bet that I said was if you want to get a little fancier, you can add to that knockdown parlay and add either fighter to get knocked down on Berlanga and on Shiraz, or you could just keep it out. But to give you still a little bit more, a little bit more plus money. But you already have plus money with those three. But
knockdown happening in the Shakur fight. I don't. I actually don't. I
And
don't
if
see
there and
one.
it may be one, but I don't even see that. I don't even see that.
Because Tevin clipped Zepeda and dropped him. And so then people like doing if Tevin did, Shakur did. Shakur can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but nah. See, the thing what I love about these knockdown props, Johnny, is there's so much wiggle room. Because if someone gets dropped, okay, let's say someone gets dropped, that's one knockdown. They still need one more knockdown. So if someone gets dropped, right, you're still safe as long as they don't get dropped again. So let's say someone gets dropped and then they're getting beat up and the corner stops it, they throw in the towel, but they're on their feet, or the ref stops it while they're on their feet, you still hit. So you can win that bet in a variety of different ways. That's why I like it so much. That's why I've been so successful with it. And I also know who to use it on too. I could see a possible one. I can actually see a body shot from Bumgarner and her knocking her down with a body shot. I could see that. But to be safe, man, I wouldn't even take her by stop. Just take her on the money line because it gets iffy with these knockdowns with these girls or these knockouts. Yeah, just keep it safe and go the money line.
My locks on our insider part of the page. So if you guys have subscribed to the Boxing Insider, you'll get those locks and the knockdown props.
Some good degenerates. No, I'm just playing. We are degenerates, baby.
And
Oh, I can hear you
we,
clearly.
our screens have been clear all the way through. So if what I'm gonna do, guys, if you're catching this, I'm going to post the props. The muscles just went up, took us through. He's gonna text me them, and I'll post. So yeah,
well, they can not my fault. They can see me, but I guess I keep freezing here and there. I keep popping out as like freezing. That's what someone said. Weird.
the stream is bad. We keep lagging. Really, I'm not getting any. You usually YouTube would notify me, and they'll have a notification stream unstable. Hola, I am posting. Playo by decision. I like that. So
So it's not my Discord. It's a Discord that Gary created. So you just got to download the app Discord, and then reach out to Gary, and then he can send you the link, and you can join it. We put all of our picks on there. We pick each other's brains. We exchange picks, all that. And it keeps
let,
freezing as well. Fuck.
let me see Berlanga Shiraz. I think I like the Berlanga. There's a knockdown prop I like Berlanga Shiraz. I like see if you're trying to take so you just put like five things on one of your parlays. You did five different things to get to like $1.49, I think, or $1.50. If you just take yeah, if you just take over zero point 0.5 knockdowns for Shiraz versus Berlanga, it's $1.64. No, just that.
Oh,
10,000 gets you $6,400
huh?
over just zero point 0.5. Yeah, just one knockdown. That's all you.
Bro.
I think somebody's
Someone's
getting
getting
dropped. I think
dropped.
that's going to be my lock of the week. I love that bet. I'm 6,400. 20 would get you if 10 gets you 64 12 12 almost 13 12.8.
I might have to look at that. Because someone's definitely getting dropped.
Because I like the money line. The money line itself is already great money. Money line either way is already great money. And this is what I was telling the boys on my first live stream today: is the fact that if you like Hamza by money line, $1.71, you're eating if you're going heavy. If you like Berlanga on the money line, you're $2.20. So I'm already happy with the money line on Berlanga, but that knockdown, if you like Shiraz, do you see him winning a decision or do you see him stopping Berlanga? If you like Berlanga, do you see him winning a decision or stopping Shiraz? So I think both. I mean, I think the fight's going to end before the final bell. Will the fight go $1.90? So if you think that fight is going to get stopped, it's $1.90 either way. If you think it's going to go the distance, $1.90.
Berlanga's coming in there to. He's coming in there to stop this dude. Whether he does it or whether he gets stopped, someone's getting stopped. You get me?
So if you take that, I'm going to do a two leg parlay. I think this is probably going to be my lock in which I put a lot of money on. Shiraz and Berlanga not to go the distance, and then Stevenson and Zepeda to go the distance. It's $2.66. So 10,000 gets you your money back plus another 10,000.
Core and then to have also 1.5 knockdown. That will bring that thing down drastically, bro.
Rather, I would rather watch Shakur and Zepeda try to have their little chess match, go to a decision, and then watch Berlanga and Shiraz with bloodthirsty eyes wishing for somebody to get knocked down.
Zepeda, man. I've been reading a lot of people think that.
It's a trendy bet. Yeah, I'm not buying. I'm not buying it. I don't think. I mean, it could happen. I mean, the path to victory. You could see how it does. Shakur uses Zepeda's aggression against him. Shakur counters, works the body, breaks him down. But to stop William Zepeda, dude, you're gonna have to cut his head off. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy thing. I actually like Morel and Katiev not to go the distance. There's money to be made here. It's just going to come down to where you pull the trigger at, where you kind of. It's like we're like architects. You gotta be able to sort of piece together, the right moves.
If it's close, Shakur wins or at best draw. No, I don't see Shakur getting a draw with Zepeda, man. I think the levels is gonna show there. I mean, every time he comes in, Shakur's just gonna counter him. Yeah, it's gonna be Mayweather McDonough second fight to me. He's just gonna frustrate him, man. Well, once he finds out that there's no way he can hit Shakur, and he's exerting his energy, missing shots and hitting the air, and then Shakur just countering him, it's gonna take a lot out of him.
It was frustrated with Farmer. They fought twice. Farmer was doing a lot of the same stuff. And I mean, would you say Farmer's a bigger puncher than Shakur at 35? But Farmer's a bigger puncher than Shakur at 35. How how is Zepeda? I don't see Zepeda. I don't think it's in Zepeda's DNA to get frustrated in a fight. I think he sticks to the game plan. He's really resilient. I don't think he gets stopped. If anything, yeah,
Stop. I just think that Shakur's gonna land so much on him that he's gonna come into a lot of bullshit, man. He's just gonna keep coming forward. He got all that. I think Shakur's is gonna slow down his volume. I'll put it like that. He's gonna slow down his volume more than any fighter has slowed down his volume before. Because every opponent that has Zepeda's face, they were never able to slow down his volume. I mean, what 90? Was it 90 punches around?
if you're not falling in love with Zepeda and Shakur to go the distance at $1.40, because I'm in love with that bet, then how about this? Then how about this one? Shakur, Shakur to win a decision. Shakur to win a decision is $1.50. Come on, dude. That so 10 grand, 10 grand on Shakur, 10 grand on Shakur to win a decision. You get 5 grand back.
That's the biggest difference between him and Shakur, right? And also, Shakur is way more accurate than Farmer. Way more accurate.
Fight the same way he fights in the pocket. Kristen, Shakur's not a runner though. Shakur is a front foot. Shakur is a front foot fighter. Fights his whole career on the front foot. Watch him. He's not a runner. He fought that way against Edwin De Los Santos. But you watch it. I mean, watch all of his highlights. He's not running. He stays right there. He's fighting on his front foot. He's not running.
Countless. Jamel Herring, not Cecilia. Come on. It's a shame. It's like throw away 5,000. What's he mean by that? It's like throwing away 5,000? Yeah, he's 2-0 against Cubans, but this those Cubans weren't real.
Morel's fucking a great fighter.
Of his generation and Lopez and Cruz. Can he make it 3-0? No, not against Morel, man. Morel's a different level.
I think you're wrong with calling him a runner, though. That was my point. I wasn't talking about Shakur's resume. I don't think it jumps off the page, but I think you're wrong when you're talking about how he fights. Stylistically, he fights off of his front foot. He doesn't fight off of his back foot. Shakur has some of not just his distance management, his timing, his speed, his counters. What he actually does really well is catch and shoot as well. So okay, that's De Los Santos, big puncher. Of course, he felt something and he didn't like it. You, I talked about this on my first live stream. At this stage of the game, it's like the NCAA basketball tournament. You lose, you're out of the tournament. You win in advance. He made a decision early on in that fight. I could beat this guy and not get hit. That's what he did. That's a business decision. But you can't just go on. No, it's all good.
So Shakur loses to Zepeda? That's my only question. And I'm asking you, does he lose to Zepeda? Nobody could beat Zepeda wouldn't beat. Okay, so Shakur loses to Zepeda to you. Come on.
Kirsten Mock, I think Canelo versus William Skull had less punches, actually. Look that one up, guys. Chat. Fact check me on that one. So what was the question? The path to victory versus Zepeda? He's gonna use his volume. He has to win. He just has to win more rounds. I don't think he hurts Shakur. I don't think he has the power to hurt him. I don't think he has the timing to hurt him. He throws all of his punches at one speed. He doesn't change it up. He enters the pocket the same way every single time. He doesn't have a lot of levels to his offense. So if he wants to win, he's gonna have to win on points, win on volume. Hopefully, he sees judges that put more value in volume over quality. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think Shakur. I think this will be a pretty easy fight for Shakur.
Oh, look at that there, Johnny. He said that, what was it?
William Skull versus Canelo.
You're saying Shakur, right. So you're saying Shakur's going to stop him?
Shakur by decision, then to bet Zepeda to get stopped. I think betting Zepeda to get stopped is riskier than betting Shakur to win a decision. Right? That's what Hernandez and Vera. This is. Yeah. I ain't got no love for Turkey. I don't care what Turkey says. That fool's never thrown a punch in his life. Shiraz decision. Yeah, Shiraz decision. Zepeda Shakur draw. Look at my guy. My man's betting the draw.
The only draw I see this weekend is Serrano and Taylor plus 1,200.
Being a draw, it wouldn't surprise me to see Zepeda get stopped. What makes? I mean, how could we see a guy get stopped if we've never seen him get stopped? My point is, what's you think Shakur? I mean, it'd be a great viral moment for Shakur if he goes out there and pulls a Richardson Hitchens and just pops off on Zepeda like Rich did against George. Good luck, Kristen. Good luck. I mean, Zepeda's world class. Anybody can win. It's boxing. Anybody can win. Adamas beat Shiraz, kept that belt. Yeah, he did. Adamas, RJ.
If you're gonna do that at 8-1, you know what I mean?
Tank owns boxing. PJ, what's up? What bet? Guys, wherever you're tuning in, like this video. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Also, join the Boxing Insider VIP group. It's a couple bucks a month. Helps the channel out. Also, you get expert betting advice on the side that the regular members don't get. You think he's kept Zepeda away from guys that punch hard practically his entire career? I mean, that sort of reasoning, Eister, we could use that reasoning with every fighter and just change the narrative. Guys that punch hard, movers, southpaws. When you move a guy throughout a career, the trajectory of who he fights, it's like horse racing. Matchmaking is a component of a guy's career. They still have to win the fight, though. RJ, I'm from Ohio, baby. 330 in the house. North, stand up. Ref could jump in if Shakur dialed in. I could see that, Skeezy. Like I actually could see I can see Shakur hurting Zepeda to the body, right? Early on, right? Zepeda shells up, and then Shakur unloads with a barrage and flurry, and the ref stopping it because Zepeda's trying to recover. You know, when you get hit in the liver, it's tough to out tough a liver shot. You know what I'm saying? The body shuts down. So I could see that.
Still make adjustments, bro. He's done it before. He did it in the Del Santos fight.
They knew how many fighters go into the fight 100%. I don't think any fighter I have ever known is 100% on fight night. So, and a lot of guys have struggled their entire careers with the handbrakes. Yeah.
He was doing. Gotchev is being slept on.
Yeah, Eister, but David Eister, here we go. David goes, dude, look who Zepeda's been fought. Jojo, Cabrera, Maxi Farmer. His chin hasn't been tested. But if Shakur doesn't stop him, everyone's going to keep saying that Shakur can't punch. And if Shakur does stomp him, they're going to say Zepeda wasn't that good. So I expect trends. Boxing has trends. If I'm going heavy, Shakur by decision. I just don't see how like a proud fighter like Zepeda, everything that's on the line with him, because it's not just one guy who's trying to prove the haters wrong in Shakur. Zepeda as well, dude. This is his Super Bowl. Call it for what you will. I don't see him getting. I don't see him getting stopped. I'm not saying I'm not. Okay, it's a dollar
100%.
11.
If I can play out with him, so he can either win a decision, or he could either win by a TKO.
Yeah, yeah. What do I have working? I'll be real. I've already posted this bet. All right, this bet I've already posted on the channel. A lot of you guys clown it. I don't care. This is a fun bet. I'm taking on one of the bets, and it pays 48 to 1. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You got to find a bet that pays 48 to 1. $100 gets you fucking almost 5,000. So Sharika Metcalf to win on the money line. Metcalf, I got her at $4.80. She's now at 390. I took Alicia Bumgarner versus Miranda. Will the fight go the distance? No. And then I took Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano over 0.5 knockdown. 100 gets me $4,800. That's it. I posted it. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or, dude, guys, if you got $10, if you got $10 and want to hit a 48 to 1,
If you
let's
got 20 bucks, come on, bro. Hell yeah. You know? Yo.
So this one's more serious. This one's 9 to 1. So these are ones that I posted in our Boxing Insider group. 9 to 1. I got Morrell by stoppage at $1.72. I got Alberto Puello versus Subriel Matias. Will the fight go the distance? I got it yes at $1.80 because I'm leaning on Puello to win a decision, right? Shakur Stevenson points or decision $1.50. And then Berlanga versus Shiraz. Will the fight go the distance? No at $1.95. 1,000 gets you 9,000. 9 to 1. So it all sounds good on paper. I can lose every fight. I can
Though,
I
those,
know. I can lose every fight. But then I have my long parlay still working back with Cat. It seems like Catterall fought 2 months ago. So
what they saying in here?
Coquille, Gene Pablo, money line. All right, I know Muscles. I know you always got little sneaky bets like on the down low that you don't share with anybody. Like, what would be like? All right, here we go. We need to create a category for this. I don't even know what to call it because I don't want anybody to chase bets. But sometimes in the past, I've only done this on the UFC. If my UFC parlay is crumbled, I'll then just put a little bit on like some upsets, and sometimes it hits of the Saturday card. Because look, I mean, somebody mentioned it on the chat earlier. A lot of turkey cards do have upsets. So, I mean, technically on the money line, Berlanga, who I'm picking, is an upset if he wins. But everyone, no, Berlanga's the underdog.
Oh no shit.
And then
Okay, all right.
Matias and Puello are 50-50. And then you got Shakur, who's a big favorite. And you got Morrell, who's a big favorite.
So
Who do you see winning on upset more, Zepeda or Katiev?
damn, that's a good one right there, Johnny. Damn, that's a good one, bro. Kativ or Zepeda? I'm going to say, mm, yeah. Oh man, I'm probably. Yeah, that's tough, bro. I'm probably gonna say. I'm gonna say Zepeda, man.
How, how would you see that playing out? What's up, Spartan? How would you see that playing out then?
Dirty decision, a robbery. If it goes the distance, because I just don't see a path of victory for. I just don't see how he can handle Morel, bro. This
Morrell out?
supplements that he took, the steroids. I don't see it.
I could see Katayev landing his backhand and knocking Morrell out. More. I'm not betting that, but I'm saying the question was which upset could we see happen more, like with more. I think Katiev has a better chance of stopping Morrell than Zepeda beating Shakur. That's just my opinion. I think Shakur.
I'm gonna
Well,
retract that, Johnny.
only
I'm gonna take that back.
only because of path to victory, right? because when you look at Zepeda, his path to victory, I mean, he's going to win a decision. He's not going to stop Shakur. His path to
Right.
victory, winning a decision against Shakur, in my head, is a taller task than Katayev catching Morrell early, clipping him, and then catching him.
I said that there's no way Zepeda's going to win a decision against Shakur, and he's definitely not stopping him. So
There's an upset chat. I'm saying, yeah, yeah, guys. I'm an author. I write books. I interview people. I've been doing this for like 15 years, interviewing people. So my questioning is coming from that side of like, I want to pick this dude's brain and see, because part of betting, let's say, because let's say, so one of my parlays falls apart, and I got something to sprinkle on, or somebody watching this chat, they're like, dude, I got a little bit on my bankroll. Which one would be more likely to get the upset, A or B? So I think it's important chat to have.
for real,
I mean, Katayev is
yeah.
an Olympian. He's undefeated. He could crack. I just didn't like what he looked like not having a plan B against a journeyman Palacio. He thought he was going to walk Palacio. And is Morel a slow starter? And Morel's not a natural 174 either. I think this will be Morel's third fight at 74. Katiyev's going to be the natural. He's comfortable with the weight class. So there's actually an argument with the odds that, I mean, there could be an argument and a debate. I mean, last we saw Morel, he lost, but when I broke the tape down, I learned a lot about Morel through that loss. I wasn't really high on him until I saw how he fought against Benny, and I was like, dude, I'm a fan. I didn't know Morel was able to go into that sort of, he was taking shots, he was giving shots, he was fighting like a dog. I liked it. I like what I saw.
The monster, a lot of experience.
And so also I've seen a lot of Katiyev down here in Australia because he lives in Sydney. He's managed by George's dad, Jim Cambosis. A lot of these cards, the Derval Palacio fight was here in Australia, and there's a lot of hype about him. I mean, he's not just a guy coming in expecting to lose. This guy is not expecting to lose, by the way, guys. Not that any fighter ever expects to lose, but we do know there's journeymen. We do know there's B-sides. This is not one of those things. This, like, Katayev is going in there thinking he's going to beat Morel 100%. Believe in it too.
Heading Katev while juicing. That's true.
Styles in the house. I appreciate you, brother.
Because I don't know if you saw the live earlier. I jumped on with Gary, and he was trying to have me explain to everybody what supplement he took. Yeah, yeah, clomiphene. That's an estrogen blocker, though.
It's an estrogen. I was telling my chat earlier. So in college, if you heard this story, I apologize. One of my boys in college, he was on my baseball team, used to make steroids in our fucking apartment, and he got, yeah, dog. It's insane. He had a certification by the agricultural department in South Carolina, and he was able to order these pellets online that you needed to show like an agricultural license. He got that. He would get the pellets, and in our freaking kitchen, he would take coffee filters. He would put the pellets in the coffee filters and gently kind of break them up until they were in a powder. And then he would put them in this baking sheet, and then he would add this oil to them. And then he would bake it for X amount of time. And then he would take it out, and then he would strain what was in it through the coffee filter into a vial, and he was making a steroid called Phenoplex, Trembolin. He was making Trembolin, which is like,
A lot of bodybuilders take that. Yeah.
my buddy Nick, who he died of a heart attack when we were 26, doing strongman events in West Virginia. But he would also take Clomid afterwards as part of his cycle at the end, so he wouldn't grow gyno. So that wouldn't happen. But when I hear a fighter who tests or pops for Clomid, I'm thinking he's at the end of a cycle.
Train hard and never give up. I see where you're going with that.
shit was everywhere growing up. But anyway, so when I see that you pop for Clomid, it's Pueo popped for it too. Pueo was supposed to fight Raleigh. He pops for Clomid, and he said it was a fertility thing because his wife and him were trying to get pregnant. I'm thinking like, come on, man.
Nah, man,
Come
please,
on, come
please.
on, man. So
I mean, I'll
it's
give you an A for effort. Good excuse, but that shit ain't working.
fight still
I
on.
hear your story, Johnny, because you paused for 6 seconds.
Did I pause for 6 seconds? Yes. Did you? I did see the scuffle, James.
Yeah, that was a good ass story.
The live streams tend to go. Guys, we're 50 minutes in. If you haven't already liked this video, if you haven't subscribed to it, join Johnny Says Boxing Insider. And we did see the scuffle. Did you see the scuffle? You you know you know that for some reason that didn't sit well with me, mate. I did not like.
What you saw, or
I didn't like bodyguard putting hands on Norman. So I don't know why that I don't know why that bothered me so much, mate. Like it bothered me in like a way, like, bro, you're coming into the fighting world. You can tell you're not around fighters. This is part of the buildup. You're gonna grab a world champion by his shirt like that when they're trying to sell a fight, dude. I somebody should have caught him with at least a hook.
a little chicken there, she threw a little swing. I'm like, man, get that woman out of here before she gets hurt.
Went for a takedown and kind of went for his back. But I don't like the idea. Like we need revelry. These are professional athletes. These are young. What? Brian's 24, Haney's 26, 27. You got this security guard. You could tell who's new to the game. Not even dressed professionally. And call me conservative, call me old. At least dress the part. And you look like a dude who just walked in, and you're gonna put hands on this kid. Like that bothered me, mate. That bothered me a lot.
Not either.
Yeah, just for the sake of like, what if Norman dislocates his shoulder? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if? Yeah,
Could have been
they
worse.
went to the ground and everything.
Yep.
It
Even the
bo-
father, even the father was in there. Norman's father.
I think the way it bothered me watching that is kind of like why Turkey bothers me because you could tell Turkey's never thrown a punch before in his life. He's never trained before in his life. He's never had consequences. He's never had to answer to anybody. He's never had any of this shit, and he has the audacity to call pro boxers talk shit about professional fighters in online. Just like, bro,
Boxing world's allowing it because he got,
dude,
but it's
the punk ass media, the Mike Coppingers of the world are allowing it. It's fucking laughable. And I do my little ass part to call that fool out. To think that you're gonna call out a even just a domestic guy, call out a domestic guy, a bar level guy, and you have a gut. You've never trained. You've never run a mile. You don't know how to throw a jab. You can tell you got a glass jaw. Never done anything. But I got money. But I'm representing this dude. That doesn't impress me, mate. This is the fight game. That doesn't impress me. You shouldn't even be able to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have an opinion. It bothers me. I would have definitely stolen on old mate in front of Brian Norman. Somebody should have slept him.
happened. And I see that security guard a couple of times always rolling with Haney, always in the mix and trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that, man. He's always in the mix.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
That was the same one. I believe that was the same one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe that was the same one. Yeah, he's always in there stirring things up and, always trying to touch people. We got to get rid of him as a security guard, man. Turkey
Yeah.
just has to snap his fingers. Yeah, yeah, it's different money, but he's still making a mockery of the sport, though, man. I mean,
Like that like money has never mattered. Like in terms of at the end of the day, all that really exactly.
it's materialistic. You can't take it with you.
Sport that we're talking about, boxing, is like it's just a sign and an example of the casual approach dudes behind keyboards or sports writers writing false narratives, and we got people on the chat thinking that Shakur Stevenson's fight style is a runner. It's like, what do you? No, watch his style. He's a front foot boxer. He fought one guy that way, but that's not how he fights. But
One fight. Had he not done that one fight, Johnny, they wouldn't be saying that Shakur's a runner. Because they weren't saying that about him before the Dos Santos fight.
when you're calling a guy's style a certain thing, because all you have to do is watch the tape on him. Of any fighter, you would know if a guy's a counter boxer. You would know if a guy's a slugger. You would know if a guy's a boxer puncher. That sort of thing. To call a guy a runner is kind of obviously it's derogatory. It's kind of wild to me.
Don't get the whole Haney thing either. Devin's not a runner either.
It's interesting. This is a new one. Yeah, Turkey's been those Diddy parties, those broke boxers. Getting to the Wild West. What time is it for you, Muscles? It's late, isn't it? Yeah.
In the morning, man. I'm
All
tired
right,
as a
my girl.
motherfucker.
I just got that right before this live. I had bench press and trap, so my girl's cooking me lunch. Hey, Muscles.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock over here.
Muscles, could you text put those prop bets in the group?
Hey, you want me to run it back real quick? Give my props again? Because I know someone just asked for it. Yeah, get that pen and paper up, man. So for tomorrow for the females, I got money lines. These are all money lines except for Taylor and Serrano. So I got Chantel Cameron money line, Alicia Bob Gardner money line, Ellie Scottney money line, and Amanda and Taylor under 1.5 knockdown props. So that's for Friday. And then Saturday, I'm taking Morel and Shakur both money line. And then I'm doing a separate bet. I'm taking Morel by stoppage, and I'm taking Shakur to win, and also have under 1.5 knockdowns for the fight. Now that particular parlay with those two, I'm going lighter on. My heavy one's gonna be on the Friday with the females, and then the Shakur and Morel money line. That's what I'm doing my heavy bets on. And yeah, that's it. That's my play for the weekend. And let's get rich, let's get paid, let's break down our house, let's let these bookies know they can't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.